On this episode, we're going to go over some of the parts purchases for the budget build LS C10 swap, the ugly street truck. So I got some of these parts in, and we're going to go over them, and then after that, I'll go over the money spent so far. So thanks for coming back and watching, and hope you enjoy the show. First of all, we ordered the Slappy Stage 2 cam. We got valve springs, pack 12-18s, and there's that again. And some other components we'll see when we get in the package here. I ordered these off of Amazon. I did some shopping around, and this was the best deal. And fortunately, I was able to use my rewards points from my credit cards to offset the purchase cost of this. Now, I don't know if you guys can count the actual price, because if you were to go order it and you didn't have rewards points or whatever on your card, you wouldn't be able to get this stuff for this cheap. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to do this sitting down. I might have to get up in a minute, but first we got water pump gaskets, some O-rings, timing chain cover seal, and a timing chain gasket. Stuff very nicely packaged. And in box number 1, we have valve springs. They say these are packed. Does that mean they're packed in a package? I don't know. Wonder where these came from. I like to leave this stuff in the package so it doesn't get lost till I'm ready to use it. I also include a new crankshaft bolt for the harmonic balancer. What's in package number 3? Oh yeah, valve seals. I haven't been working on anything very much. I've been in a bit of a slump, so hopefully this will get my motivation back up. Also comes with some new push rods. A little bit rusty in here. These don't have the length and grip. Oh, yes, they do. 7.40 length 080 wall. This one package has got some rust in it. Probably salt water from the ocean, if you know what I mean. And last but not least, in here, we got the, it says, Sloppy Mechanics Stage 2 camshaft. 228, 230. Duration split, that's at 50 thousandths. 585 on the intake and 585 on the exhaust, with a 112 lobe separation. For a first gen LS. I wonder if they have a E1840P. I wonder if they have a cam card in here, even though I read all the information off of it so far. The fabled Slappy Stage 2 camshaft. It's got the 3-bolt gear in the front. Alright, This is dirt cheap stuff. I believe on Amazon's website it said it had a year warranty on it, so we're going to go with it. I'm sure if their offshore camshaft messes up my junkyard engine, they're going to tell me to pound salt. Put it politically correct. So we're just going to leave this. We're just going to leave this like this for now. Set this here. Been spending some time out. I did spend a little bit of time out in the garage and started working on getting the manifold bolts off. So some of the direction that this project is going in is we have a $3,800 budget, so there isn't any room for error, and I'm going to try to get it running and driving on the bare bones just in case there's an issue that we still should be able to accomplish a task while not exceeding the budget. If there's extra money left in the budget after we get it together, we'll use that money accordingly. So here we got the Jegs order, which includes crankshaft bolts for the flex plate, a flex plate spacer. This is to adapt the flex plate to the Turbo 350 trans, Turbo 400, 700 R4. I'm sure it would apply for a power block as well if that's your cup of tea. And what do we have here? LS swap motor mount adapter billet aluminum. These are engine mount brackets. I will show you these when I put them on. Wow, come with some appears to be grade 8 hardware, bolts for bolting motor mounts on, and some countersunk flat-headed cap screws, I believe they're called, for mounting this plate to the block. So here we got the motor mount adapters. You take these with the 4 bolts and bolt that to the side of the block with the countersunk screws, and then you take the grade 8 bolts and bolt your standard motor mount to the plate. If you notice, this you're not going to see it from there, but this has a P and an arrow pointing forward. So this goes on the passenger side of the block and points towards the front of the engine. Doesn't look like a bad piece, and it looks like they got several different adjustment holes so you can move the engine and trans fore and aft. My plan is to use a transmission to locate the engine, and that way the factory drive shaft will still work. We're going to have to see what we need to do there with exhaust and whatnot, but we'll get it set in there and go from there. I wanted to get all this stuff. I was just going to bolt the engine and trans together and set it down in the truck with the motor mounts, but I didn't want to waste the time putting the motor and trans in there and then maybe pulling it back out to do the cam swap or whatever. So I just ordered this stuff and got it in. So now we got almost everything we need to get the engine situated and get it set in the truck. So that way it won't have to come back out after that. Alrighty, in this box we have a Jegs flex plate. Engine side, it's SFI certified. Got the fancy stuff to appease the NHRA or whatever. Probably a bit overkill for this, but you know what? It's this was a kit that I ordered, and actually I went to back into my account on Jegs to find the kit again so I could get the price, and it was $188 when I paid for it. But now all the stuff's only available separately. They don't list the kit, so your cost may vary by a little bit. All right, that's going to do it for the unpackaging. Let's go over the costs so far. I'm gonna put this over here because I don't know what my view on the camera is. All right, you see, this is a new board. This was my old goals board from my office, so I repurposed it for this project. So you see, it's a LS Budget Street Strip 79 C10 with a $3,800 budget, also known as the ugly street truck. All right, so far we got the drive-by wire. It should be drive-by cable because that's what it is. 5.3 was the harness, the computer. It had 162,000 miles on it. Complete assembly, cut out of a car that had the right front control arm ripped off of it. Actually, it was a GMC Sierra. I want to say it was a 2003, but I can't be sure. So I paid $600 for that. And from that, I sold the stock 4L60 trans for $350 because that still worked. And so I got $250 in all that stuff. The second thing that I purchased way back in May of this year, it goes to plan your projects well in advance so you can start collecting parts, especially if you don't have that much money. That was $189. And the third thing is the Amazon purchase. I got the Sloppy Stage 2 cam and all the stuff that I just went over with you. That was, your price would be $340. I had some credit card rewards money that I could use at Amazon, and I actually took $125 off of that price. So I actually paid $215 for the cam lifters and all that stuff. But for the sake of the build, we're not going to count these discounts in your budget because the average person might not be this crafty to do it. And when you're trying to do something on the budget, you need to be crafty like this, or you're going to go way over the budget from the start. So far we got $600 for the engine. We got $189 for the jacks order, and we got $340 for the Amazon order with the camshaft. So that's a total of $1,129. But by selling the trans and using my credit card rewards, I can minus $475 from that, and that's pretty substantial. It takes it about down to $700. So with the original $700 purchase price and the money I have invested in parts so far, we're at $1,400. But if you didn't have the discounts or anything like that, we'd be at $1,875. So that would only leave about $2,000 left to finish the rest of the project. So you can see where this stuff fits into doing things on a budget, because it would be very difficult to build something for cheap without that help. So I have some parts towards the build. The truck had a transmission with it. The truck had a radiator with it. I have a bunch of stuff laying around that I'm going to use on this project that I'm going to assess costs to the budget for. I will use Craigslist or Marketplace pricing and try to make it realistic for the person that doesn't have the stuff laying around. With that being said, I don't know if we're going to do a working episode on the next episode or if we're going to do another discussion. I think I want to break it up. Put it down in the comments what you'd like to see. Tell me what your thoughts are on my discounts here and the parts selection. Happy New Year, everybody. It's New Year's Eve. I'm trying to get a last video in for the new year, before the new year comes, and I haven't been on since Monday before last, so I figured I'd give you guys a end of the year update on the Ugly Street truck project, and that's going to do it. Thanks for liking, thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing. I'm going to end the year at 73 subscribers. At the end of 21, I had 28 subscribers. So we're getting there. Appreciate your guys' patience and coming along for the ride. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace.